the 4D podcast. This is Jay today tuning in for my individual episode, and we will be talking more about frontal lobe development. So, me personally, people usually say frontal lobe development happens around the age of 25, and I just turned 24 a few months ago. So, I feel like I'm on the way. It's happening. Something is happening. The time is near. So, I want to talk a little bit about that because I really want to get into, like, has my frontal lobe even developed yet? And what steps that I feel would be useful to take to aid in frontal lobe development. All right, so first, let's get into like the scientific part of when it comes to frontal lobe things because honestly, I don't know, and I feel like there may be some listeners who don't know either. I've never really looked it up. But according to Healthline and ScienceDirect.com, it has been said, that your frontal lobe is the last area of your brain to mature, and it typically is not fully developed until your mid 20s, which is why a lot of people say, 25 is the year. The frontal lobe is also critical to the development of a wide range of functions from basic motor response to complex decision making. And the complex decision making is what I feel like a lot of the conversation is about, which is very crucial. And why a lot of people say, oh, I'm going to wait until my frontal lobe development to make this decision, to do this, to do that. Or, I started, after my frontal lobe developed, I just started making more informed decisions. And so it really is connected to a big factor of maturing and being able to say, hey, I should do this or I should not when as we get older. So now that we have some scientific background, I want to get into the myth or, the dependency of turning a certain age will make someone, become more mature or more developed, whatever. Like, yeah, scientifically and physically, that's when your frontal lobe develops around that time. But I honestly don't think it's something that you just wake up and you're developed. Like your thought process is just, good. And we talked about this a little bit in our together episode, like how some folks they're in a space where their development may come later. And I don't know if it's connected to the physical development of their frontal lobe, but I know that a lot of it can come from people just expecting them to turn a certain age and they're just going to wake up woke or wake up, realizing everything. There has to be a point where we put in the work. Like there's actually things we have to do to look at ourselves and be able to learn and look at things and have some type of discernment as we're making decisions throughout our life. It's not something where you could just fake it till you make it. Like you have to put in the work to be able to get to this mature state or a more mature level than you were at before. And I want to get into some things that have helped me because I feel like I'm at a point where my frontal lobe is developing and I have become more mature in a sense because child, I done made some decisions a few years ago that I would definitely not do now. There's definitely that still needs to be done, of course, because I'm only human, but yeah, I want to share a few things that helped me that I hope can help you as well as we, walk through this frontal lobe development journey. So the first thing that really helped me was isolation. And this wasn't something that I chose to do. I did not say like, hey, I need to take a break from people and social events for this amount of time and do this. It honestly just happened. Like God put me in a position where I was spending a lot of time with myself. And that allowed me to really sit down and think and read and just lay and think like, oh, why do I feel this way? Oh, it may be because of this. Oh my gosh, I forgot that happened. The stillness and the quietness allowed me to really dive deeper into my thought process and why I do certain things and what I prefer for myself. And that also goes into having boundaries and non-negotiables. We talked a lot about this in one of our episodes in season 1, and it's really important to have these known and even written down because when it comes to it, you need to have something to go back to or fall on when you're approaching something and you're like, I don't think this is for me, or like, I don't know how I feel about this. Like, you need to know. There needs to be some boundaries set in place so you can know, like, this is what I'm taking, this is what I accept, this is what I'll be negotiable with, and this is something that I will not negotiate. And it's a hands down no for me, dog. So that's another thing that has helped me, make decisions moving forward and just like meeting new people and figuring out whether they're for me or not. And these boundaries and these non negotiables be helping me. Okay. And the last thing I would say when it comes to, developing and becoming more mature and just, allowing yourself to make wiser decisions is stop comparing. Stop it. Stop it. Stop looking at other people and be like, hey, oh yeah, as soon as she turned this age, she started doing this, this, and this. Or I see somebody, who's my age, 25 or whatever, and they're doing this. Or like, that's what I need to be doing. Stop that. Stop that. Take a look at who you are, what you prefer, what you like, and determine what success means for you at this stage in your life. That's what you need to be comparing yourself to. Compare yourself to who you were before, not to the other girl or the other guy who looks like they're doing something that you need to be doing. So, yeah, those are 3 things that have helped me and are helping me when it comes to just, making wiser decisions moving forward and being more confident in the decisions I make. And that all in all is connected with complex decision making. A lot of it is based on what your standards are, what you want for yourself, and what you choose to accept and what you choose to not accept and put energy in. So I hope that helps, and I'm really curious to see like if anyone else has gone through this stage in their life or is going through it, and what are some things that are helping you at the moment, or some things that have helped you get more grounded in decision making. And some people say, now I'm at this point where I don't care what nobody thinks. Like, please share how you got to that point, because I'm only one person and these three things may not relate to anyone. So I want to know what y'all are doing too. So please feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. And if you want like a more elaborate response and want to talk to us a little bit more about it, you can always DM us on Instagram, send a voice message, a video, and we'll always, be there to respond. But yeah, that's my take on frontal lobe development. As I said, I feel like it's brewing. We get in there. I haven't had that aha moment. But hey, maybe that might not come. But I know I am putting in the work and I'm getting better. So that's what matters to me the most. So yeah, that's it for me on frontal lobe development. And next we will have Cam sharing a little bit. No, not Cam. Des sharing a little bit more about her perspective on this as well. So make sure you stay tuned for that. All right. Well, make sure you show us some love. If you've made it all the way to the end and haven't liked this video or subscribed to us, let's go ahead and do that now. And we will see you next time. Okay. Bye.